Bill O'Reilly here, Wednesday, September 11th, 2019. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening across our nation. A rocket explodes outside the U.S. Embassy in Kabul, Afghanistan. National Security Advisor John Bolton leaves the Trump administration. The National Rifle Association sues San Francisco. Median household income stalls for the first time in years. Republicans win in North Carolina's special House election. Also coming up, the message of the day: is Elizabeth Warren a dangerous person? But first, a rocket explodes outside the U.S. Embassy in Kabul, Afghanistan, on the anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks. Officials report no injuries, but of heightened security. President Trump has canceled peace negotiations with the Taliban after that group claimed responsibility for a suicide bombing in Kabul that killed one American soldier. The president also confirming the departure of National Security Advisor John Bolton, citing, quote, strong disagreements on foreign policy issues, including Afghanistan, Russia, and North Korea. Mr. Trump says he will name his fourth National Security Advisor next week. The National Rifle Association suing the city of San Francisco after their board of supervisors labeled the gun rights group a, quote, domestic terror organization. The NRA claiming the designation violates their freedom of speech and other constitutional rights. A new survey from Rasmussen shows 28% of Democrats believe it should be illegal to join the NRA. The Census Bureau confirming that median household income is kind of stagnant after 3 years of steady growth. At $63,000 a year for an American family. That means half above that, half below. That is a 1% increase from the previous 12 months. But here's some better news. The poverty rate fell to 12%, the lowest level reported since the recession of 2007. Republican Dan Bishop defeated Democrat Dan McCready in North Carolina. The House candidate won the race by 4,000 votes in a region held by Republicans for decades. GOP candidate Greg Murphy also won the state's 3rd district. President Trump calling the election a, quote, big night for the Republican Party. In a moment, Senator Elizabeth Warren rising in the polls, but is she a dangerous person? Right back with that. Millions of Americans have been diagnosed with cancer or a serious illness. If you are one of them and money is a problem, you're not alone. It's simple. If you own a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more, then Life Guide Partners can evaluate your coverage for free to see if you qualify for cash now when you need it the most. Be ready to take down this number. If you own a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more, and you are living with a serious illness, then Life Guide Partners can evaluate your coverage free to see if you qualify for cash now. So write this number down, 1-888-GUIDE-50. Totally free to call. Get rid of those insurance premiums. Stop paying them. Consider turning that life policy into cash. The number again, 1-888-GUIDE-50. 1-888-484-3350. 1-888-GUIDE-50. Call now. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day, evaluating Senator Elizabeth Warren, who wants to be president. The lady from Massachusetts apparently does not believe in honest reporting about herself or public policy. In short, she'll pretty much say anything. Let me back that up with some facts. Recently, Senator Warren put forth her assessment of the current climate crisis. That's right. Climate change has now morphed into a crisis, and we soon may all die, unless Elizabeth Warren is elected president, so she can change the entire economy and social structure in America in order to save all our lives. Well, if you oppose Ms. Warren's draconian plans to combat the climate crisis, then you are evil. You hate the poor and minorities. Here's how Elizabeth Warren frames it, quote, To really address our climate crisis head-on, we must address the legacy of environmental racism and recognize that climate change doesn't impact every community equally. Black and Hispanic Americans are more likely to be exposed to air pollution than white Americans. Intense storms bear down on these communities, with recovery that is slow, painful, and often lacking total support from the government. Latinx families and workers are vulnerable to record heat waves and heat-related deaths, unquote. Now, I know Senator Warren is smarter than your humble correspondent, but I'm challenging her assertion that hot weather is driven by demographics, that it seeks out Latinx families. I don't believe storms and extreme weather stalk minority groups. Sorry. In addition, it is a fact that the taxpayers of the USA funded Hurricane Katrina recovery efforts to the tune of $114 billion. $41 billion went to relieve Hurricane Maria suffering, at least $16 billion to Hurricane Harvey. Ms. Warren has to know that, but does not care about facts that do not fit her loopy narrative. Climate change will kill us, minorities first. Socialists like Elizabeth Warren have seized on the very real problem of worldwide pollution to attempt a power grab. It's that simple. And things are escalating. Chicken Little is an amateur beside Elizabeth Warren, who is hysterically warning that the sky is indeed falling. Only it will fall on Harlem and East LA first. Senator Warren should host a podcast called The Nonsense Zone. Her entire presentation is preposterous. Yet millions of Americans are buying her overall wish list that the government should run the economy, that men should be denied due process, and that your money in savings and investments aren't really yours at all. They're hers for the taking. Thus, I have concluded that Elizabeth Warren is a menace to traditional American society. Her vision would curtail individual freedom drastically. That is a message. For more news, please head on over to BillO'Reilly.com, where you can get my upcoming book, The United States of Trump, free if you sign up for membership. Check it out. Back in a flash. My friend Glenn Beck launched RealEstateAgentsITrust.com for a very simple reason: to help you sell your home for top dollar as quickly as possible. His team quickly realized there are 3 keys to success. 1, selling or buying a home is a very complicated process and difficult to navigate, so choose agents with a long track record of success. No part-time or inexperienced agents in their network. 2, market value for your home cannot be calculated using computer models. It takes years of expertise to evaluate your market and to price your home to sell quickly for top dollar. Beck's agents are experts in your neighborhood. And 3, home sellers most genuinely like the agent they choose to trust their home to. That's why we select agents who are fans like you. They do business like you, and they share your values. RealEstateAgentsITrust.com was started to help you buy or sell your home fast. Get moving with RealEstateAgentsITrust.com, RealEstateAgentsITrust.com. Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 18 years ago today, the USA suffered the single greatest terror attack in our history. On September 11, 2001, 19 hijackers trained and funded by al-Qaeda stole 4 commercial airliners, ultimately crashing the jets into New York City, Northern Virginia, and Pennsylvania. 2,977 people were killed, 6,000 seriously wounded between 8:46 a.m. and 10:28. By comparison, 2,400 people died during the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. Just 68 were civilians. This year, the National September 11th Memorial at the World Trade Center in Lower Manhattan unveiled a new edition, unmarked granite slabs to remember the growing list of victims who have died in the immediate aftermath and years beyond from diseases linked to the terror attack. To date, more than 51,000 people have applied to the Victims' Compensation Fund that helps those suffering from maladies including cancer, respiratory illnesses, mental health issues like post-traumatic stress disorder, and depression. Officials believe 18,000 people have developed life-threatening illnesses related to the toxic debris that spread across New York City on that morning in 2001. Since then, 2,000 first responders and 15 FBI agents have died from diseases caused by the terror attacks. Health experts say more than 100,000 people living in Manhattan may be suffering from 9/11-induced illnesses. The maladies include asthma and anxiety disorders. Now, as part of the relief efforts, I'd like to tell you about an organization called Tuesday's Children. That group provides much-needed support to those whose lives have been impacted by global terrorism. The charity has helped more than 27,000 people injured during the 9/11 attacks, as well as terror victims in 28 countries around the world and their children, thus the name Tuesday's Children. For more information, please visit tuesdayschildren.org. We'll be right back. It's an uncertain world out there, you know that. Disaster can strike at any time. So you need to be prepared to protect yourself and your family. One way to do that is with freeze-dried food. It tastes good. It's healthy. Can be stored for 25 years. That's why I'm happy to tell you about a company I recommend, Wise Foods. I have experience with them myself. During Superstorm Sandy, I lost power for 7 days. All of my refrigerated food done. But my food supply from Wise Foods was as fresh as the day I received it. Visit Wise Food Storage, one word, wisefoodstorage.com/Bill, and explore their starter kits and long-term emergency food options. They are even offering free shipping plus a big discount of 25% off for my listeners. So please go to wisefoodstorage.com/Bill, wisefoodstorage.com/Bill, or you can call 855-269-0501. That's 855-269-0501. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.